team, I hope you're all well. Today I'm going to go through my worst books of the year with you. This is going to be kind of casual because I don't really like doing these videos. I'm not a fan of like negative videos in general, filming them myself because I just don't like it. I've been putting this off for probably 2 weeks now because I don't want to film it. So here we are. Jade recommended I try and keep it casual and light and just, you know, go through them, let you know what I didn't like, and that's about it. I physically own probably 2 of these books still, but it's only because I've just wrapped up December and 2 of them are from December, but I don't physically own the others. So I am just going to show pictures on here and keep it casual so I don't have to hold books up and things like that. So yeah, I'm not going to go through what each of the books are about. I'm just going to tell you why I didn't like them, and that's going to be about it. So we'll start off with the 3 stars. So the first one that I'm going to mention is The Restaurant at the End of the Universe by Douglas A. Adams. This is the second in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I really enjoyed the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I thought it was great. Now, I think one of the things that actually tripped me up with this was that they changed the narrator. So the first book was narrated by Stephen Fry and I really enjoyed the narration and I got used to everybody's character and stuff by the end of the book. Everyone spoke a certain way, etc, etc. Our main character, he was British and all of this lot. And then the second book came along and the narrator was Martin Freeman, who is actually one of the actors in the movie. However, he completely changed the dynamic of the characters. Our main character was now American and I couldn't keep up with who was who, and I was really confused and it really threw me off. So I think a big part of the reason why I didn't enjoy this one is a lot to do with the audiobook. Now I know I can't really blame the audiobook for that. It's nothing to do with the author per se, like the publisher probably chooses the narrators, etc. But it really threw me off and I feel like that was a huge bad call from the publishers, and I just didn't enjoy this one at all because of that reason. So I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't great, and I'm really sad about it because I did enjoy the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and I was excited about continuing on with the series. I've since decided not to continue the series because I think Martin Freeman does the next couple and then they change the narrator again, which is annoying. So I decided not to carry on. I do love Martin Freeman, by the way, nothing against him at all. I just think if you're going to do a narrator for a book, continue on with that narrator for the series, because why would you change it? That's just annoying. So yeah, there was that one. Then my other 3 star on here was Blood Witch by Susan Dennard, which is the 3rd book in the Witchlands series. Jade was doing Witchlands along and I just didn't enjoy this one at all. I gave Truth Witch, Wind Witch and also the middle one. I think I've kept that one because I kind of liked it. It has drawings in it and stuff. I don't know if I did keep it actually. I might have gotten rid of it. But the other one, I gave those 4 stars. They were fine. But in Blood Witch, I lost my way completely. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't enjoy it at all. And I just completely lost my way with it. So I didn't even bother with the latest book because Jade said to me, because she was doing Witchlands along, and I was really sad about it because I did want to carry on. But Jade said to me, there's no point. If you didn't enjoy Blood Witch, there's no point in carrying on because a lot of people didn't enjoy the next one, including Jade, which is really sad. And she said there's like another 2 or 3 books still yet to come out. So I didn't bother carrying on with the series and I gave Blood Witch 3 stars, which was massively disappointing. It did entirely let me down, so not happy about that one in the slightest. And we go on to our 2 stars. So we have Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. I nearly completely forgot the author's name then. I didn't like this book and I feel really bad about it because it's Pris's favourite book, like ever. One of her favourite series and she's currently doing Keepers along, so I'm sorry Pris, I hate that I am yet again shitting on this book. I'm really sorry about it. I know it's your favourite but it just wasn't for me. I didn't like it at all. I didn't really see the point in it. This is a Chosen One, which I don't mind at all. I love the original Chosen One story. We all know which one I'm talking about. Love that series. But I didn't like this one. She was incredibly perfect. She could do no wrong. Everything was in place for her. And I didn't see what the point was. I was completely unsure. And I just don't know how this series goes on for so many books. But I'm really excited for everybody that did enjoy it, because that's great news, you know. It's always nice when someone does enjoy a book, but for me, just didn't work and I didn't like it, and I gave it 2 stars. I'm really sorry, Pris. I still love you, obviously, but I just didn't like this book at all. I hated it. It was so bad. Then we have Fortuna Sworn by KJ Sutton. I'm really sad about this one because I wanted to love it, and I know Becca and Ashley have loved it, and I know so many other people have loved it, but I just didn't get it. I was so confused. First of all, I went into this thinking it was going to be extremely smutty. There's like 1, maybe 2 smutty scenes in it, and I felt more uncomfortable than anything else. More uncomfortable than anything else. I just didn't get it. Did not get it at all. I was really confused. I didn't get it, and not in a sense that I was confused that I didn't understand the storyline. I did. I saw where it was going. I was only ever slightly intrigued enough to maybe want to carry on, but I don't think I'm going to bother. But I just didn't like it, and I was really sad about it because I honestly thought I was going to love it. I thought it was, you know, straight up guaranteed that I would love this because Becca loved it. She absolutely loves this series. So I thought it was going to be straight up guaranteed that I would love it, and it just wasn't, and it really knocked me for 6. Started questioning everything. But I was really sad about it. So yeah, 2 stars for that one. I'm gutted, but I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I just didn't like it. It was not great. Wasn't invested in any of the characters. I didn't particularly care for what was going on in the story. And the smut made me uncomfortable, which has never happened before, so don't know what to tell you. Then we have Howls Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. Again, another one of my besties' favourites. Jade loves this book. I think she's read the series, but she loves Howls Moving Castle. She loves the anime, and I didn't like it. This is like a slice of life type book, and I was so fucking bored. I gave it 2 stars, and I'm gutted because these books are beautiful, so beautiful, and I wanted to collect them all and display them on my shelves. They're such beautiful looking books, and I'm gutted because I really did want to carry on with the series and find out what happens next before I pick the book up. I don't care now, but I was really sad about the whole thing. 2 stars, 2 stars. I am still gutted about it. Same with Fortuna Sworn. Absolutely gutted about both of those. 2 stars for both of them. And then we've got Red Rising. Which I'm really sad about. Another one I'm actually gutted about. Becca called this though. This was in my video of do my friends know my reading tastes? And Becca chose Red Rising for the book she didn't think I would like. And she was correct. I gave this 2 stars. I did finish it, obviously, but I gave it 2 stars. Didn't like it. Wasn't invested. Didn't particularly care. Couldn't understand what fully was going on. I was very confused, and I didn't see the point. I was really, seemed like a really simple concept that was made incredibly complicated, and I didn't understand why. So 2 stars for this one. Wasn't a fan, won't continue with the series. A little bit sad about the whole thing again. Then we go into some DNFs. So I've got 4 DNFs for you now. The first one is The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. Absolutely gutted about this one. Absolutely devastated because I loved The City We Became. Fucking love that book. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I read The 5th Season. Didn't read it all, obviously. I think I got about 100 pages in before I DNF'd it, but I just didn't like it. We were following 3 different characters, and one of them was told in second perspective, and I couldn't get my head around it. That did confuse me in a sense that it made me feel really stupid, and I just really struggled with it. I couldn't get my head around it. And then I went on to read some reviews to see whether or not it was just a me problem or whether in general some other people struggled with this. And there were a few. Generally, the reviews for this book are great, but there were a few that did struggle. And I ended up accidentally reading a spoiler. So I know how the book ends, and it all comes together by the sounds of things really neatly and tidily, and it sounds like it's got a really good ending. But I just couldn't force myself through it. I wasn't enjoying it at all. So I DNF'd it, and I was really sad about it because I wanted to love the book. Although I knew going in that The Obelisk Gate is not as good, and a lot of people have not enjoyed it as much. I know that Ashley didn't enjoy it as much and G didn't enjoy it as much, so I knew that going in. But I still wanted to really love the 5th season. I really wanted to, and I just didn't. And I am, again, sad about that one. So we've got Fortuna Sworn, Howls Moving Castle, Red Rising, and the 5th season now that I'm really sad about that I didn't enjoy. So, bad times. Then we have Artemis by Andy Weir. Oh, fuck. I really fucking hated this book. It was so bad. Which is ridiculous because The Martian is one of my favourite books of all time. I've reread it like 3 times, and I loved Project Hail Mary, which I read in 2021. So I just did not like Artemis, and you know what it is? It's a female character. So I don't think Andy Weir can write female characters, and I'm not the only person that said this. I read a load of reviews and people were saying the same thing. I just did not like our female character. She was not approachable at all. I just didn't like the way he'd written her at all. Didn't like it. So I couldn't carry on with the book, and I was really sad about it because Artemis has been on my shelves for fucking ever. So I was really excited to finally, you know, read it, get it off my TBR shelf, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It was so bad. I didn't like it at all. So really gutted about that one. Again, another one I'm really sad about. Then we have Neon Gods by Katie Roberts. Oh my god, I'm still devastated about this one. It was December when I DNF'd it, and I'm absolutely gutted because I love the cover for this one, and I honestly thought I would love it. But this is 400 pages of pure smut. So, well, not 400 pages of pure smut, but it's 400 pages, and all I read up until about the 200 page mark was pure smut. I actually read 100 pages back to back of pure smut. There was no plot at all through those 100 pages. It was literally pure smut. And I just sat there and I thought, which seems ridiculous because I should love something like that. That's right up my alley. But if a book is going to be pure smut, that's absolutely fine. But I don't think it should be any longer than about 300 pages. This book was 400 pages long. In fact, it might be longer than that. I have it right here because I've just done my wrap up for December. Okay, 377 pages, not quite 400 pages. But those 100 pages that I read were pure smut. There was no plot to it at all. I don't know what the point of the book is. And I know I finished it, so I probably won't ever know the plot of the book because I've not got to the end. But I believe the plot comes in towards the end, but I just couldn't force myself through it anymore. I was fucking bored, really bored. And I do find that I think, you know, because I don't know Greek mythology and the original stories of Greek mythology, that maybe that's why I'm struggling a lot with Hades and Persephone retellings. I do find that I have been struggling with them. The other one that Katie Roberts has done that's Hades and Persephone, I made it through, but that was like 250 pages or something. Again, pure smut. It was a 3-way between Hades, Persephone and Hercules, and it was fine, but I didn't love it. Like, it was just okay. So I don't know, maybe I don't know the original stories from the Greek mythology of these characters at all. Maybe if I associated with them a little bit more on that level. I know it doesn't matter. These people could be called Bob, Rebecca and Andrew. Like, it doesn't matter. But I don't know if that comes into play a little bit because, again, I don't understand, like, the whole underworld thing and things like that. I don't know the scene at all as far as the Greek mythology is concerned in these characters. So I don't know if that plays into it or not, or whether it's just that I don't seem to enjoy them, whatever it is. So I DNF'd Neon Gods and I'm really sad about it. It is one that I'm going to keep hold of though, because I may try and go back to it at some point, but overall I DNF'd it. I don't know. And then the final one is Guild by Raven Kennedy. Another one I DNF'd in December, another Greek mythology one. It's King Midas retelling. Oh my god. It's a short one as well. Like, again, I have it here because I've just done my December wrap up. It's less than 300 pages. And I just didn't like it. I was so fucking bored. I hated King Midas. I just didn't like it. And I said to Becca, she was really shocked because she thought I was going to love it. And I said to Becca that if there was a guarantee of a relationship between these two characters, I would continue reading. but I don't see it going that way, so I can't be fucked. That's the only thing I'm invested in, and I don't see it going that way, so I cannot be bothered. The way the men treat the women in this book is horrific, and I just wasn't here for it. Maybe it was just the mentality I was in at the time, but I just was not here for it at all. I was in a little bit of a bad way mentally in December, so maybe it was that, but I'm not here for it. So I DNF'd it. So those are the 10, I don't want to say worst books that I read, but they were in 2021. They're the 10 most disappointing, that's for damn sure. 10 most disappointing books that I read in 2021. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like doing this video. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on these, whether you agree or disagree with me. I reckon there's going to be a lot of people disagreeing with me here. I am definitely one of those people that has an affinity to DNF popular books. So just know that going in. I'm not being shitty about it. It just doesn't work for me. We're not going to like all of the same books, and that's okay. It would be a pretty fucking boring world if everybody liked the same books and disliked the same books, you know? There's different reasons for different people to dislike and like different books, and that's okay. So don't come for my throat because I DNF'd your favourite book. Like, there's no fucking point in that, is there? Like, I just didn't like it, and that's okay. There's a chance you don't like one of my favourite books, and that's okay. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video as much as you can enjoy really depressing video like this. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.